Rise channel. Jason here again. So just going to show some more records that I've been listening to for since the last video. The usual, right? So if you can hear anything in the background, it's this Tales of H.P. Lovecraft, the Duke Street Workshop with Lawrence R. Harvey. Narrated, electronic soundscape stuff. Okay, so first up, Shinki Chen, known to a lot of people as the Japanese Hendrix, I suppose, right? So this is one of those albums that I heard about a lot, but I've over the years exploring 70s hard rock and proto metal and heavy psych, which is a bit of an overused term nowadays, isn't it? Prog or whatever, you know, proto metal. And I would always hear about this, record. So when I did finally pick it up, you know, it was always billed as, you have to hear this. This is a heavy psych masterpiece, monster. You know, the usual hype. It isn't to me. It's not a bad record, mind you. I tend to stick at some of this, about 70, 71 or something. This is a reissue, obviously. Original of one of these would you'd have to probably remortgage your house or something. At this point, anyway. I tend to stick to the song, just drift into it. So, like the first set especially, all the tracks seem to float into one another to me. It pulls a lot of the same moves as you'd expect from Blue Cheer and Cream, maybe Hendrix, although a lot more of a downer vibe to it, like trippy. Second side starts off with Corpse, which is like a snail's pace blues fuzz thing. Farewell to Hypocrites, the last track, is get loads of psychedelic guitar and stuff in it. The drums are pretty non-existent, some of it strange sounding. Can a record be underrated and overhyped at the same time? Probably this one is, so not a bad record though. Here's a newer one that pulled out when this came out last year. The Night Eternal, Moonlit Cross. I'm a bit on the fence with this. I'd like to hear, if anybody out there picked it up, what you thought of this. I bought this off the strength of their, well, really off the strength of one song off their EP. I bought their EP. It came out, what did that come out, 2019 or something? And I enjoy it. It's the one that has the Judas Priest cover, Take These Chains. Show potential, so I was really looking forward to seeing where they would go with a full length. And so I picked this up when it came out, not long after it came out. And this isn't bad. Musically, if you're into like In Solitude, especially around their second record, and it made me pull out an Angel Witch record. So there's bits and pieces of Angel Witch in the guitar playing and stuff in this. The thing about this record though is, it's one of those records where they've rounded out the production and taking away the rough edges to give it a more of a moodier, darker. They're going for a moodier, darker vibe. I suppose retro, but it works for some bands. I don't know, because this is ultimately a heavy metal album. I don't know if it really works on this. You know, I wish that I left a bit of bite on the guitars and on the recording in general, but it sounds good. The vocalist is really good. He's got really good pipes, sort of a lower register and a soulful croon to his voice. But by the time he gets to side B on this, I'm starting to lose. It's starting to lose my attention because it starts to dawn on me that well, it sounds like the singer is singing over every single piece of music. Anywhere he can find, he'll be singing over it, and it starts to get overburned, and I start to get burnt out even by side B. But it's not bad. There's a song in this, Closeness in Suspension, is it? There's a song on the second side anyway. I should say I started to lose attention by the second side of it. That's a bit of a clunker, a bit undercooked filler maybe. Although it does have some good Iron Maiden bit in the middle of it. So songs like Elysian, Take Me Over, Cloak and Darkness, Son of Sin's pretty good. Not a bad album. I would like to hear what you think of it. It's not blowing me away, but I'm still interested to see where they go with their next album. Because they're a young band. I think they're German, aren't they? But not bad. The record Full Moon from 1989. 89 or 90 did this come out? 89 I think. So a British band. Space rock, prog sort of stuff. Which over the years has seemed to have found a home with heavy metal fans. I can see some of that in some of the tracks on this, like Highlander or Beltane Fires. But I read about this in some heavy metal blog somewhere, and that's how I approached it with my heavy metal ears on. And I was a wee bit, don't know about this, it's alright. But once I took those heavy metal ears off and listened to it as, you know, the prog and space rock sort of thing that it is, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. There's stuff that I can see the appeal that this would have for a lot of heavy metal fans. And the cover could go either way too, couldn't it? It's a Rodney Matthews cover, which is really nice. But you know, it could also be like a Baker Gurvitz Army LP or something. You know, it gives that vibe too. But good. Tim Shane has that Hawkmandy vibe. The opening track, Awakening, Highlander. That's where you can see why I've appealed more to heavy metal fans. What else? Beltane Fire is really good. Checkered Floor has a stone, like heavy, almost Sabbathy start to it, groove to it. Blur on the Horizon's a really good track, but not a bad album. This was produced by Barry Watts. I think it's the same guy who went on to do, or he was in at that time, what do you call the band? Outskirts of Infinity, is it? He also played with Beavis Frawn from Beavis and Butthead Frawn. But not a bad album. I enjoy this a lot more now than when I listen to it without my heavy metal ears on. But really good. Cain, Pound of Flesh, an album from 1975, hard rock, a bit faceless in points. It could be any band from the 70s, but there's a couple of really good tracks. And it starts off good with Queen of the Night. Katie is the second track, which is like a ballady, epic ballad song. It reminds me of maybe a Rye Heap or something like that. Some of it has like blues moves like Robin Troyer. But to me, Born on the Wind, To Align Me, the opening track in side B, has got that proto metal crunch I really like. So that if you don't know this album, I would check out that track. It's not an amazing album, but there's some good moves on it, really good playing on it and singing. But Born of the Wind, the track that opens the B side, is a little bit of a gem to me. Angel Witch. So I was talking about that Night Eternal record, that young band from Germany, and it made me pull this out. So, because you know a lot of the guitar moves have an Angel Witch influence to my ears. So this is their last record they put out, Angel of Light, and I just hope Angel Witch keep doing what they're doing, because this is a really enjoyable record. There's a brilliant heavy metal record. Just every song's brilliant heavy metal track. Simples. So if they keep doing this, then all's good in the world. This pushes all the right buttons that makes you think it could be the follow-up to their debut. But then I said that about the album that came before this as well. As Above, So Below. And I mean, don't turn your back. Death from Andromeda, We Are Damned. It has a lick on it, reminds me of Merciful Fate. The Night Is Calling, Condemn, Window of Despair, I Am Infinite's brilliant track, Angel of Light. I don't know what else you could want from Angel Witch at this point in time. You know, they're just knocking out great albums and showing the young ones how it's done. Here's an absolute gem. Full Moon Eyes by Ostrogoth. So, oh, gee, my introduction to Ostrogoth was that, I should have left it out, the comp that came out with Killer and who else was it? Who was the other band on it? Oh my god, heads went blank. What did you even call it? Oh, I can't remember what you call the compilation now, but three bands on it, track each or something like that. But this is an absolute gem. This is the best record Ostrogoth put out, I think. I've checked out their albums, and I have a couple other LPs, but anything I've heard by them, just doesn't. This is brilliant. The opening track, Full Moon's Eyes, Heroes Museum, Paris by Night, starts off with that Sabbathy vibe, then it kicks into that riff. There's a real ringer for the Holocaust song. Jesus. Oh my god, what do you call a Holocaust song? Death or Glory. Rock Fever. But and I love the cover in this as well. Great record. Beware of the Full Moon. Then I pulled out this to give it a roll as well. Ecstasy and Danger. So this is their debut, yeah. So this is a brilliant album. Doesn't have the bite of that first EP, but it's still a cracking record. The title track on this, Ecstasy and Danger, is a fantastic heavy metal song. Scream Out, New Generation, Do It Right, A Bitch Again, Stormbringer, Queen of Desire. I like the cover too with the scorpion and the hand grenade, metal scorpion hand grenade thing. It's good. But the song Ecstasy and Danger, amazing track. Here's an absolute belter, Cat, from Poland. My mate Jerry, one of my friends who talked to about a lot of, he's really into traditional metal and stuff, so he'll be glad to see us. So there, Jerry, good to see you, my man. Call up for a beer. So yeah, this has just got the right amount of atmosphere and great heavy metal songs. Black metal, as in what you used to call black metal, I suppose. Metal and Hell, Killer, Time of Revenge is an amazing moody track. Songs about the devil and Satan. Black Host is brilliant. Devil's House Part 3, and the last song 666. If Santa could bring me a record this year for Christmas, it would be the original Polish version of this with the great cover art of the Executioner 666. Probably someone like Arn, the Metal Theologian, has because he's got an amazing collection, but I would really love to have that original. But yeah, this is on Pronit Records, Polish band, and this is one of those. I have a couple of records on Pronit, and the covers are like fucking floppy pancakes. Amazing record. Something about the vocalist on that Cat LP reminded me of like Shelton from Manila Road, or Dave Holliday from Hell and Race Against Time. So I put this on again. So this came out High Roller Records 2015. This is brilliant. It has a new wave of British heavy metal. It has like a Rush vibe, and you can hear Rush influences on their stuff, proggy influences, 70s prog influences. And it has two versions of the song Bedtime, which is the first song I ever heard. Probably a lot of people, it's the first song they ever heard by them, which was on the New Electric Warriors compilation of new wave of British heavy metal bands. But this is really enjoyable. Sort of gathers up all their demos and rehearsal bits and pieces and stuff, so very good. Time Waits for No Man. And because of that, I was blasting a bit of this. I was really going through the demos and stuff, because I had the demos of this and some rehearsal stuff on CDR way before this record came out. Somebody had give it to me, but this is the 3 LP thing, which is highly annoying to tell you the truth. But yeah, Dave Holiday on vocals on the well, the record. If you don't have this, each side, one side is the newly recorded versions, the studio album that Andy Sneap helped put together to give this band some love again, because he was really influenced them obviously with when he started Sabat along with Martin Walker, who was actually supposed to sing on this, but it didn't work out. That would have been good to hear, but the guy that got singing on this was an inspired choice. He really nails the vibe, and he was around obviously when the original Hell were going. So, but yeah, the demos in this are really good. Demos and rehearsals and recordings. So you have on each side, you have the new recordings and then the demo stuff. So I've just been going through these the past couple of nights, and it's a brilliant album. I caught a bit of them live as well, and they were highly entertaining. Loads of theatrics, and the singer that they ended up using is brilliant, as you all know. So, but a few more bits and pieces here, but I'm running out of time. So, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon, I think. Oh yeah, well, Butcher. Man, I had this on, and I bought this when it came out, was enjoying it, and then I listened to it again the other night, and I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. It's a bit of a love letter to heavy metal in general, black metal, speed metal. There's bits of Jakey Lee, Aussie era stuff, riffs. It's enjoyable enough. I wasn't in the mood for it the other night because it just sounds like a tribute to everything that's cool in about heavy metal, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but it doesn't really seem like a proper band to me. Anyway, that'll do it. I'll leave the rest of it. So all the best. Catch you later.